Alright, so in this video I'm going to be making a sleep sack out of an old t-shirt that I had. It is successful, but there are definitely failures in here as well. Anyways, I'm lining up the shirt to make sure it fits, and it's just about right. And I made sure to pick a shirt that the neck hole wasn't too large in. Flipped it inside out, and I'm just going to start taking some measurements around the outside of my sleep sack template. This is a size, I think, 3 to 6 month, and I'm just going to go around with a ruler, basically just to give myself a seam allowance. I'm doing 1.5 centimeters around, and you'll see at the bottom it's not totally 1.5 centimeters, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. So I'll quickly go around here and start making my marks. And then I'm measuring just the arm opening to make sure that I'm going to have a similar size for this one. Here's my cat Pope. He cannot let me do anything without participating, so that's always fun, even though he's a big boy. So get out of here. All right, so I'm just gonna go through and cut. You'll see I'm not cutting through the top where the neck is. That's intentional. I have everything cut open except for the shoulders. I just thought that would be easier, you would think, but it does come to bite me in the butt later, so that's always fun. Okay, and here I thought I would just cut all the way up to the top, but then I realized I probably would like to measure the center of the image on the shirt. Here's Pope again, my gosh. Okay, so I measured the center of the shirt, that way the image is hopefully going to be somewhat symmetrical, you would think, right? And he's back. Okay, move please. So now that I've cut that, I'm going to just finish that edge that I cut in the center. So I'm using just a zigzag stitch to go ahead and finish those 2 cuts up the middle, that way it won't fray or anything. And then I'm just folding that in half, and that way I can see where my zipper is going to lie. And I'll put a link in the description of what video I used to learn how to do a zipper. This is literally my first zipper. Okay, so I'm using some clips to go ahead and clip the whole shirt together. I made a mark where the zipper ends, and that's going to be a guide for me, gosh buddy, get out of here, to know how to sew through this. So I'm just going to sew all the way down the center, and I think it's called a basting stitch. Basically it's just a really wide stitch that you're just going to stitch rip out later. So went ahead and did that, and then I am ironing this. I did do a true stitch though at the bottom where I made that mark where the zipper ends, so that's not going to be stitch ripped, but we're just going to go ahead and iron that open so that way we can lay the zipper flat on there. So I'm just lining that up again using the information from a zipper video that I had watched like 30 minutes before this. Alright, and so I have the zipper open, and so I'm just gonna zip from the top all the way down, and then according to the video you zipper up once you get to the bottom. So I'm doing that. Alright, so sewed over and zipped it up, so now I'm gonna sew up the other side. And this is where it gets fun. So in the video that I saw to do a zipper, she said she had a zipper foot, and I was like, well, what's that? I don't have that, but it's fine. Well, it's not fine, because I got to the top and then my foot would not go over the zipper, so I'm sitting here thinking, what the heck do I do? Well, maybe I can shove the zipper back down. No, I cannot. So let me problem solve. I'm just gonna sew with the foot up, because that's so smart of me. Why did I do that? I don't know. Because now I'm gonna come back here, and holy guacamole, what a mess. Okay, so I stitch ripped all of that out, and then I zipped it down, and then I just sewed it back up. And now I am stitch ripping that basting stitch down the center. Crisis averted. Oh wait, oh my gosh, what have I done now? Somehow I inverted one side. Yeah, and yep, so I'm just gonna chop it and flip it and stitch it and just pretend like that didn't happen. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a straight stitch and a little zigzag action to finish it. Good as new. What mistake are you talking about? Okay, now on like the little armholes, I'm just rolling the edges twice over, so that way I don't have to do a zigzag stitch. So I'm just hemming it basically. Going around using my clips to do that. So I'm just gonna do a straight stitch on the top of that on each of the arms. Great. That actually worked out pretty well. What a hole. I think I did that on accident, and that's fine. We're just gonna ignore it and move on. Okay, so now along the entire bottom, we're just gonna sew all the way around using my clips as well. We're just gonna sew all the way from the bottom of the armhole to the other bottom of the other armhole, and just gonna start off with a straight stitch and go all the way through. And then after that, we're just going to switch it to a zigzag and then go ahead and finish all the way through that. So I did that, and now we have like a finished edge all the way along the main body of it. So then I thought, you know what? They have those cute little like cap things that go over the zipper so it doesn't bother the baby. But honestly, the zipper was kind of low enough to where I don't know why I did this. And then here's Beans, my other cat that won't let me do anything. Yeah, get out of my grill. Okay, we gotta give a pat pat and a scratch scratch. Okay, and off you go, lady. Back to what I was doing. So I realized that I needed to do like a semicircle, I think, right? And then I'm just gonna like try and hem around the edge. Oh, but wait, my machine eats it. Oops, that's awkward. Totally just ate up that and jammed it up, so we're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Okay, now we're gonna try that again. Cut out a new piece. I hemmed all the way around it, and then oh wait, this piece I drew on it. Okay, third time's the charm. So I did end up hemming like all the way around the semicircle, which was so rough, but it's done. And then I'm literally just folding it over, and then I'm just gonna like straight stitch down that. So I did it, ta-da, nice and flabby, and it doesn't even really work. Yeah, so that's pleasant, but hey, let's just like have a little reveal here. We'll flip it inside out and see how she looks. And you know what? It's really not half bad. This was before I put the little zipper cap on it, but hey, look, my first zipper. I did it. And even though we had some troubles, it worked. But believe in yourself now is the shirt. And you know, that message is what got me through. Kind of got a funky looking square watch here. He's lost some weight as well. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but he looks like Buns and Thighs from SpongeBob.
Yeah, buns and ties.
Oops, that also didn't line up, but the top at least lined up. Can't be too mad. The little hems on the arms look pretty good, and we'll just be good with that. This video goes out to all the stay-at-home moms trying to have hobbies. Thanks for watching.